this is the video for you. But yeah, we'll jump right in with just talking. So, we've been a little busy right now. I apologize that we haven't made very many videos recently. But thank you guys for being so kind to us still and commenting still and being so nice. It means a lot. But yeah, I've been getting really excited for fall, and you'll have to let me know if you guys are excited as well, because I always have a ton of fun around Halloween time. I love Halloween. I also have a couple of items, well, I say a couple, quite a bit, to talk about things that I'm doing, things that I'm working on, just fun things. I'll just start off with showing you guys something fun to start talking about. First off, to just yap about, I made a video where I was showing my Lego sets. Well, not showing my Lego sets, but it had them in the background because you guys hadn't seen that. It's like on a shelf, and it had this one. And the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and a couple other sets. But this one I really like because it's smaller, but it still looks really cool. That one's really cool. I haven't really been, my friends, a lot of my friends have a bunch of Legos, and Parker has quite a few Legos, so I kind of got into it because of them. I've always loved Legos, but once I saw the DeLorean one that Parker got, I was like, oh, that is so cool, because Back to the Future has always been one of my favorite movies. When 4 years ago, I probably would have said it was my favorite movie, but yeah, it's definitely still one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I also just want to say another thing, that we are so thankful for you guys, and means a lot. I still see super kind comments, and yeah, it's really sweet. Especially since we haven't been posting and we've been really busy. It just means a lot. With the weather changing, I've been having drainage and stuff, so I've also not been, like, I wasn't sick, I wouldn't say, but it felt kind of like sickness. It felt more like drainage, but that was really annoying. I haven't had that as much the other years. I've always had, like, I can feel that it's getting to a colder season because of how I feel, but yeah, that's better now, and that's partly why I didn't really feel like making one. I was like, I don't feel that great with the weather changing and everything. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to move on to something else that I've been doing. I've been working on, I randomly was just like, I saw this video of this guy carving on YouTube, and I was like, that's really cool. And I was like, I'm gonna get a wood carving set and just try this. And then I started getting really into it for a little while, and I carved some stuff. You guys have seen the thing that I carved a while back, this wand. I wanted to make one that was like spiraling. It looks better in person because you can tell that it's like etched into it, but it was just made out of stick that I found. But then I got some actual chunks of wood, like about like that tall and that wide. And I just saw this video, and I didn't watch the video to carve this, but I based it off of the video, and I feel like it turned out pretty good. Let me turn it on autofocus. use because we have bonfires at my house a lot of times, and I put all of the shavings of wood into like a box for a fire starter, because it'll just help us start the fire a lot faster. But I didn't want to, just because it's like a pile of wood shavings, and I'm like, how is there that many? That piece of wood wasn't even that big. But then I started trying to make stuff for my mom, because my mom said it would be cool if I made a hummingbird. And that, I based this off a picture that she had. It does not look like a hummingbird, and it does not look like the picture at all, but it was really fun. I thought a couple times, I was like, this isn't even gonna look like a bird. This is gonna look like a pig or something. I don't know. Because if you make one take off too much one time, you're like, uh-oh. But then I actually watched a video and followed along, and it actually turned out a lot better. It's actually really fun. I highly recommend. Oh my goodness. It actually turned out a lot better with watching the video. Oh my goodness. The autofocus is crazy. Yeah. And then that was a video. I think the YouTube channel was called The Maker Experience or something like that, but he's really good, and he made one with a tree frog, and I really want to do that one, because if you don't know me, you probably don't know that when I was younger, I was obsessed with frogs. Like, I had a strange obsession with them. I loved them. They're like my favorite animal, and they still are definitely like either my favorite animal or second favorite. Foxes are one of my favorites, but I always wanted to have a pet tree frog, and so that would be really cool to be able to carve that. So, and then I tried to make Kirby based off of Kirby, not really based off of anything in particular, and it turned out good, but it looks a little bit wrongly, but like the proportions are off with how big his shoes are. They're supposed to be a lot bigger, but it's really smooth. I was impressed with how smooth I was able to get it. I did not think it was going to be that smooth, but I want to paint it and paint the eyes on and everything and make it look like how Kirby actually does. Because that would be really awesome. That one was really hard, especially since the block of wood was way too big for what I needed. It was like that, and like a square, and I did not need that much at all. The pile was like overflowing. I was like, oh my goodness. And I started at day, and then it was night, and I was like, oh, I've been carving for a while. I want to find something where I can carve my own chopsticks, because I've been using chopsticks when I'm working on my computer. I've been taking some courses for some stuff, and while I'm trying to do it, I don't want to eat Quest protein chips while I'm typing. So I got these, and then I'll just reach in the bag so I can still type. Or like okay enough where I can eat with it at least. It also sounds really good. It sounds really good. What made me decide to do a rambling video is because we haven't made a video in so long, and if you guys were wondering, and I wanted to catch up and connect with you guys more since I haven't made a video. So yeah, I also always wear these while I'm doing it. I know it's not very as aesthetic when you're looking at it. Like in the videos, they're not wearing. Some of the guys aren't wearing gloves, and I'm like, ooh, be careful there. When I looked for a knife set, there was a guy who put a picture for his review, and there was just a massive cut across his hand. And I was like, what? But he was like, make sure, the thing that he said, he was like, make sure you wear gloves, they're really sharp and they work good. He gave it a good review, but I just thought it was hilarious, and terrible. But, yeah. Yeah, he had like stitches in it and stuff. I was like, what? Yep. So those are really, really fun to do, and I really like having hobbies like that I can enjoy doing every once in a while, something to do outside. It does mess with your eyes though. It's kind of like because when you're up close to something that long and focusing on it really close, then when you look up, then it's like things far away are more blurry. So it's kind of, you definitely want to take a break for a second every once in a while and look around. Yeah, I did it one time while the sun was setting, and it was really fun to just carve it, and every once in a while look at the sun, and it's really calm and stuff. Not look directly at the sun, though. I was looking at the sunset. Yeah. We've also been, another thing that's probably been making my eyesight harder to see far away is that I've been kind of obsessed with Stardew Valley recently. Our family has been getting into it because my brother-in-law started playing it with his kids, like my nieces, and they told Titus about it, and then Titus was playing it one day, and I was like, what is this? Because I had never heard of Stardew Valley. I couldn't believe that I hadn't heard of it. Parker and Carson had. For those of you who don't know, Carson is the fourth sheep. He's our other brother. But yeah, Titus told me, and then I started playing, and then Parker started playing, and then Carson started playing, and then my younger sister started playing, and now we're all playing it. But yeah, it's really fun. It's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. I've never probably been that addicted to a game before. Maybe. There's like a couple games that have got me that addicted, and most of them were ones that made me hate life. Like Rainbow Six Siege gets you really addicted and makes you hate life. So don't play Rainbow Six Siege. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You'll put 100 hours into it easy, but then you'll hate yourself. So don't. Trust me. Don't. But Stardew Valley will make you be like, oh yeah, it'll make you happy. Yeah, we've been really inspired because when we were playing it, we were like, this game is huge and awesome, and there's so much to do. And then Carson is like, yeah, it was made by one guy, and I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy. But that's really like inspiring to me to know that somebody spent like, because it took him like 4 years or 5 years or something, and that was really inspiring to me. I was like, wow, that's crazy that much time to it. And, yeah. But that game's really fun. If you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. It's one of my favorite games ever. Maybe my second favorite game. Honestly, I know that sounds crazy for like a top-down games. A lot of people don't like those. But I really liked it. I've always liked, not loved the Pokemon games like Emerald. I used to play Emerald. And, but this is like, if I would have had this when I was a kid, I might have never stopped playing it. I don't know. That my family might have never seen me again. Because as a kid, you love games even more. But yeah, it feels like a lot like Minecraft, where it's like you just don't want to stop. But yeah, Minecraft, being addicted to Minecraft, that's the other one that I've been really addicted to before. Yeah. You'll have to let me know who your favorite character is in Stardew Valley. And who you married in it. Because it's so funny to see the different people that people like and dislike, and people don't agree on who they like and dislike. Like, my sisters were talking about how everybody likes Shane in it, and they were like, Shane's weird. But, yeah, Titus, for those of you who are wondering who we ended up with, Titus married Haley in it, and Parker married Abigail, and I married Penny in it, and that's really cool how they have the events set up where you have an event every couple hours. It just really makes it feel really immersive. But yeah, my favorite character is probably the fishing guy, Willie. He's probably my favorite. Everybody, you can't not like Willie, that's the thing. So yeah, let me know who your favorite guy is. I also really like Elliot. He's really cool. I know exactly what I picture him to talk in like a British accent and stuff. I know like exactly what I think of him to talk like. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters. I don't really like Pam, even though it's Penny's mom. But I don't really like Pam. I don't really like Shane that much. I feel like it would have made Shane better if I was looking stuff up about it, and it was saying that he doesn't seem any happier once you marry him. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, it's kind of like sad. I wish it would be like he had a story arc where he got happier, kind of like how Haley gets nicer. But yeah, I really, really enjoy that game. So, if you guys like it, let us know. And if you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. And let us know what you think of it after you play it. Also, who's excited for 21 Pilots' new album? I don't know. A lot of people don't. Some of you probably don't like 21 Pilots, but for those of you who do like 21 Pilots, you'll have to let me know if you're excited and if you like the Contract or Drum Show better, which are the two singles out. I like the Contract better, but I do really like when he screams in Drum Show, obviously, and Josh's part. I like that he's screaming more, and because there's been this whole thing, if you're a 21 Pilots fan, you know, Tyler refuses to scream on the tracks. He had been, at least, with The Line and a couple other songs. He would scream while he was doing the song live, and then on the actual record, he wouldn't scream. And people were really upset because it sounded a lot better Stressed Out or something. Stressed Out is good, but there's a lot of other songs that I like better than Stressed Out. And I feel like a lot of times it's harder to hear other songs that aren't as popular from artists unless you just go through and listen to all their music. So I just normally do that. At the end of the year, my Spotify thing always is like, you're very loyal, you listen to all of the artist songs, and I really like that. I like being loyal to the artists. There's some artists where I'll just listen to one song and I like one song by them, but not many. Usually I like the artist. If I really like them, I'll like follow them on Instagram or keep track of like all the stuff they do, because I'm like, all the stuff they do like with music and put out, because I'm like, if I really like them, I'm like, I want to know more about them, you know? It's cool to know about them and then hear their music and be like, this is what they're feeling. But it's really fun to do that. Speaking of, back to the Stardew Valley thing, I forgot to show my sister made this for me, and it is so cool. I told her she has to sell them because people would love these. It's so cool. It's, for those of you who don't know, it's something from Stardew Valley. It's the, why am I drawing a blank on their name? For some reason I can't remember. But yeah, it looks really good. It's even got the little leaf thing. It's so cute too. I have it on my shelf by my computer because this is like my favorite one that she's ever made, because it's so cool. Yeah. I told her she should sell it on Etsy or something because it's really, really cool and people would love that. Yeah. That's my, she even let me choose the color. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But I almost did a green one because it's classic, but I ended up going with that because I really like that color on it. Yeah. I accidentally went back to Stardew Valley because I forgot that. Yeah. But jumping back to the 21 Pilots thing and the bands thing, let me know what your favorite band is. And I would say favorite song, but there's just, I feel like that's impossible to choose. I have a lot of trouble choosing what my favorite song is. Even at the moment, a lot of times it'll be Migraine. If you ask, like, if I had to choose one, I'd probably say Migraine by 21 Pilots, but I also really, really do like Politics by Blue Brigada. That might be one of my favorite songs. And I really like, there's another song that I really like. I'm trying to remember. Angry Young Man by Billy Joel. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song. Billy Joel has a lot of songs that are like my favorite songs. Parker, I don't know if Parker's talked about it in his videos. He probably has, because if you don't know him, he loves Billy Joel. Billy Joel's his favorite. I really like Billy Joel too, but my favorite songs by him are probably that one. I really like Tomorrow Is Today. It's a really good one, and it's really relatable. And so is, I really like Fallen of the Rain, and Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. That one's really good. You should listen to all those. All those are really good. Listen to Billy Joel's whole discography. Like, seriously, it's really good. That's how I feel like with 21 Pilots, almost. There's some that you could probably not listen to and be fine, but some people would disagree with me, but Billy Joel, like, there's not really a song that's like bad, as you can see, I can put it on. It doesn't fit the greatest. It's actually kind of small, and my nose is a little bit too long, and it touches the front part here. Obviously my nose is pretty long, so it makes sense. I should have got a bigger size. But unfortunately I couldn't return it because it was something off of Etsy. And a lot of the people don't like, a lot of people that sell stuff on Etsy don't speak English, and it's really hard to even try to return something. That one I couldn't even return. But even if you can return it, sometimes it's like impossible to return it because a lot of people don't speak English on there, and I don't speak their language. So if I could speak more languages, I would be able to communicate it better. But yeah, that was really frustrating because I wanted to make a whole costume, and now it's just like too uncomfortable. Like it's like very short. It's just here. I need it to be a little lower, like coming down a little lower. It's a little short, and I don't think I'd be able to make it look quite good for a costume. It looks like it fits good, but even if I could make it look good, I probably wouldn't be wearing it because we have a Halloween party where we dress up. I probably wouldn't even be able to wear it for the whole thing, because it would just be too annoying and too small, uncomfortable. But yeah, that's kind of what it was like in my Spider-Man suit, because when I don't even know when it was, 6 years ago, I wore a Spider-Man suit to a Halloween party, and I definitely couldn't wear the mask very long because it wasn't super comfortable. That's some of the reason why I took it off in my video, is because of that it's uncomfortable and that it doesn't look that great when it's on. I wish I had one of those shells that like has the shape of Spider-Man's face that it's supposed to be, and it makes it look very like formed. It makes it look like how Spider-Man's face actually is. But this one, it doesn't look quite right, because it like morphs to your face. So yeah, that costume wasn't super comfortable. The Batman costume wasn't super comfortable. I've never really had a super comfortable costume unless it was really simple. I dressed up as like 4 years ago, I dressed up as the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who, and that was the most comfortable costume I've had, because it was just a jacket, pretty much, and then regular clothes. The shoes were, even the shoes were comfortable, even though they're pointed. At the end, the shoes were pointed, and that wasn't super comfortable, but the cushion inside was nice, so that one was really comfortable. I want to dress up as Jack Sparrow one year. I think that'd be super fun. This year I'm doing Leon Kennedy for the party, because we have one every year with my whole family, because we have a huge family. dressed up as. Trying to remember. Batman, and I think that's all of them. I think. But yeah, I try to do like really cool ones because I think it makes the party feel more alive when people try to do really extreme costumes, because it makes it feel more like a costume party. And it's just fun to make them. I spent so much time making the Batman costume. I bought this foam stuff. It's called EVA foam, and off of Etsy, and it already had detail on it, but it wasn't painted, so I painted that, and then I got knee pads, and then I got gloves that had like armor on them, and then I got the mask, obviously, and I found that on Amazon. Most of the stuff I got on Etsy or Amazon. The boots I got on Amazon, and those were, I actually already had those because I used them for Luke Skywalker, because I did. This is a whole lot of information. Hopefully this isn't super boring. I just think it's fun to talk about Halloween costumes. I always love brainstorming about what we could dress up as. But yeah, the Batman one was definitely the hardest one that I've done. And I want to one up it one of these years. I want to go as the Blue Spirit really bad from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think that would be so cool. I want all of our family to go as Avatar characters, because Titus is like the right age to be Aang, and he's not going to be the right age to be Aang for very long. He could wear like a bald cap, and then we could do the makeup. It'd be really cool. And yeah, I really think it would be cool to go as the Blue Spirit, and then even have the scar makeup underneath on my eye. That would be really cool. I was having trouble remembering what eye the scar was on. Makes me think of the part in Avatar: The Last Airbender when the kid goes up to him and he's like, "Your scar's on the wrong side." I love that part. Me and my family have been just my Titus and Julia, my younger sister, have been watching Korra again, Legend of Korra. We don't really like Legend of Korra that much. I mean, I like the first season, and I like the second season. There's some things I really don't like about it, and then I don't really like the third season, and I really don't like the fourth season. But when I first watched the first season, I really loved it. Now I do see like where it's like copying a lot of characters from Avatar, and it didn't try and go its own way in some things, and then it did in others. But yeah, they were watching that, so we've been talking about Avatar a lot, and it makes me want to rewatch it. I always want to rewatch Avatar, because it's like my favorite TV show maybe ever. As you can see, either that or Castlevania, or Stranger Things, which I have a poster for. I have a poster for all my favorite TV shows. I've really been liking Severance. That's really good. Really excited for the next season whenever that comes out. It's probably going to be a long while, but yeah, I really like that. Those two though, back here. If you haven't seen either of these, you have to watch them. This one, if you don't do well with violence, don't watch that. And it does have some, if you're a younger person, it does have some more adult stuff in it, so definitely look at a parent's guide for it or something. But Avatar: The Last Airbender is like, that's what's so cool about it, is that it's like perfectly good for kids, and it's really complex and like really well done. Like nobody, like all kids shows I feel like are like really simple, and that one's like really complex with how many plots there are, and it doesn't feel like a kid show, but it is. came in to my room, and he was like, "What are you watching?" And then he started watching it. And then I was like, "You want to just watch from the beginning?" And he's like, "Sure." And then I started the first episode, and then he just never stopped. He watched the whole show. He watched more than me. But yeah, I was really happy because I thought he was not gonna like it. If you met my dad, it's really hard to predict sometimes what he's gonna like. I'm getting better at it, but randomly he'll play because he likes very rock songs, and a lot of times it'll be a guy with like a voice that sounds like garbage disposal, and then all of a sudden he's listening to Pink, and I'm like, what? Pink? We went from Bon Jovi to Pink in 2 seconds. What? But yeah, it's kind of hard to predict what he's gonna like, because randomly he'll just like something, and you're like, why do you like this? Yeah, when I'm working, because me and my dad work out together. I don't know if I've probably said that before. We work I didn't use it for a while, and I was like, I gotta test this to know if it works. But yeah, then I tested it, and it turned out really good. I should post the picture. I was proud of myself, if I do say so myself. Especially since I know nothing about green screen. I'm absolutely, I was absolutely totally new to it when I made that. It was really fun, but that just shows you can just do stuff, and I did it in the free version of DaVinci Resolve, so you can do it for free even. Well, not the green screen, but if you have a computer, you would be surprised how much stuff you can do for free. Like DaVinci, the free version of DaVinci Resolve is incredibly powerful. I use it to edit all of my videos. Like, there's a bunch of free versions of stuff that I'm just like, how is this free? This is like ridiculously powerful. Like, a lot of people will instantly go buy the most powerful thing they can find, and then they don't use it. Like, they don't use it enough to get good at it, and it's like, just spend more time on it and less money on it, and you'll be good at it. Like the lights, we just recently upgraded the lights because the other ones were pain in the butt. But I'm very proud of those lights that we used to have because they got the job done for $30. For actually $30 for two of them, and they were incredibly powerful. I felt like for $30, I was like, how can people get this like good stuff for $30? This is crazy. Like, this is so cool that you're able to get this stuff for this cheap. $30 for two like studio lights that are really nice. I mean, they were really small. They were like that big, but they were really good, and the stands came with them, which is crazy too. So you got the whole thing, and we already had umbrellas from something, I don't remember. But yeah, it just shows you how much stuff you can just do randomly. You can just be like, I kind of want to do this, and then you're like, oh, that's free. Wow. But a lot of times people will be like a little bit pessimistic and be like, oh, you can't do anything, you know, or that's probably going to cost a ton of money. Well, try it, and it might be cheaper than you think, or free. There's programs for pretty much anything for free. Yeah, that was random. The new lights are a lot better, but I do really love these new lights. But they were more expensive, and we couldn't have done that when we first started. It was because of you guys watching our videos that we were able to upgrade them, and now it is a lot easier to get them set up, which will make it a lot easier to make videos. So hopefully I want to start making more videos. I want to make a doctor one with all three of us, and then I still kind of want to do a Quicksilver one, even though the hair is almost gone. Not almost gone, but more gone. I mean, you can see if I put my hair up like this. You can see exactly where it stops, and even I've been doing this. I've been taking a little strand down so you can see how far down it goes. Isn't that cool? You can just see where it stops. You can tell that I don't dye my hair much, can't you? By me being so amused by that. I would literally, when I saw it in the mirror, I was like, that's so cool that you can just grab it and see where it stops. Yeah. But it's really starting to look a little bit strange because, like, it's half and half now. I got chocolate and vanilla in there. And right now it's kind of longer and it's flat. My hair does not look super great right now, but I need to get it cut a little bit and try and get it's just like Frosted Tips or something. I don't really like Frosted Tips, but it's better than this probably. Yeah. Also, if you didn't notice, I got a new bracelet. It's really cool. It's magnet. It is a beach looking, looks kind of like a beach bracelet. It's got beads on it. It's not focusing. Why do you do this to me? Oh, also another thing that we did when we were first starting is we filmed the first video on an iPhone. So that's why it's a little bit darker. The reason we switched is actually has nothing to do with it being looking worse. It just had to do with the file type, and you'll know this if you work with iPhones and Windows. If you try to do anything between them, they do not want any of it. They will not have it. If you try and put a photo on your Windows, you have to buy an app to look at it for 99 cents or whatever. And literally all the comments on the app are like, why does this cost money? This is literally how you look at iPhone pictures on your computer. But, and half of them are just like, I pirated this or something. But it's funny because, it's because like, $1, just make it free. But anything between Windows and Apple, like trying to transport them is a pain sometimes and can be really annoying. So that's mainly why we switched. And we ended up just using a camera that we already also had from short films that Parker worked on with his friends and family. But yeah, we use that camera, and that's still the one that we use. Works good, and it's nice. It's like a Canon. What does it say? I don't even see where it says. It's a Canon 70D. Yeah, 70D. That's what it says. So, Canon 70D. I did know that, but I just couldn't remember. I knew it at one point. But, yeah. We also had the mic from a friend, so a friend just gave us it, and I realized later that our original mic, which is right there, I keep it right next to the sign, you can see, I keep it right there, because I use it for gaming, but that mic is actually broken, and it was when we started making the channel, because the back of it was like dead, or like a part of it was like dead, and when you made sound there, it wouldn't show up as well, like this one does. But we used that one for a while, and then we got this one, which is also super cheap for this powerful of a microphone. $100 is not bad for this good of a microphone. But yeah, that's like, you realize how much you can do with a lot of the stuff that you already have. I love just realizing that you can do stuff. I know, and I know that sounds hilarious, but it's true. It is really true. It's like, when you realize you can just do something, and if you stick to it, you'll get good at it. It really changes how you think about stuff. So, yeah. I've also been thinking about going to a gym, because I really want to actually use gym equipment. That's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. That is totally random. I just realized. But the reason I thought of it is because, actually, I have no idea. Oh, it's because I said you can just do stuff, which I was just like, one day, a couple days ago, I was like, I should just go to a gym and try it, because I've never been to a gym. weights from my brother that were like I'm really thankful because it's like it gave me a huge boost. Like I couldn't have. I would have had to go to a gym to keep excelling from where I was because I didn't have enough. I just didn't have enough weight. But my brother gave me these weights that go up to 100. They're like dumbbells, but they go up to 100, and you like slide the things on. They look like a really old weight because you actually slide them on, and then you screw this thing on the end. But those are pretty much what I use for everything, and I really want to try doing squats and stuff because I don't even know what my max squat is or anything like that. But I'd be really interested to see. It's totally random. Just a random thought for you. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. But that's a lot of what I've been thinking about. All of this that I've been saying in this video is just random thoughts, pretty much. It is a rambling video. After all, you'll have to let me know if this was totally boring, because it's about over. I had a lot of fun doing it. But, yeah. And I also keep saying, but, yeah, and stuff like that. Well, let me know if you liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy making these videos, and honestly, when I don't do it for a while and I come back, it's like kind of weird. It's like almost like starting again, but it's like I haven't done it in a while, and then like after I'm like halfway through the video, I'm like, okay, I'm back to normal. But I really like the feeling when I do them a lot, and then I'm like in a groove where I just keep making them, and I have a new idea and a new idea. But I'm hoping to make more videos, so I appreciate you guys being super patient, and I know that I see other people on YouTube who post a lot more than us, so it means a lot that you guys are still